It came! After about 10 days of waiting, finally got my Chase Saphire Preferred card. Go ahead and see what's in here. Alright. Chase Saphire Preferred. There it is. I can even show it to you. It doesn't have any numbers on it. And on the back. Feels like plastic. Let's test it. See if you can hear this. Oh, that's kind of hard. Ooh. Kind of metally. It says it's 13 grams. It's actually my very, second credit card. First one was a K card, but that was like 2 years ago. And I just got that to buy something and then pay it off over time. But this card offers a $60,000 point bonus when you sign up after spending $4,000, which equates to about $750 of free flight miles. So after spending $4,000 on this card, you can get 2 free round trip flights anywhere in America pretty much, or you can use that credit towards maybe a flight to Asia or Europe if you're trying to go somewhere big. This is my first one, like I said, so I'm just going to try and do it as quickly as I can, get those 4,000 points, get those $4,000 spent, get that 60,000 points, and then move on to the next one. Alright, so one technique that I'm going to use, I haven't done this yet, but this is the idea. I've been watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out exactly how this churning thing works. I think I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go try and buy all my regular purchases first off, but also I'm going to try and do a little bit of manufactured spending, which means making spending that's not actually really buying anything, but buying something that you can easily liquidate into cash once again. So once you buy it, you can put it back and pay your credit card off with it just to get that $4,000 spent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch of prepaid Visa gift cards at Target or at Kroger or at Walgreens. And then I'm going to take those and either pay debts with them, go do things with them, or to really try and push the manufactured spending idea, I'm going to try and go and buy cash orders, money orders with them. And technically you're not supposed to do that, but I've read that if you have people who are willing to do it at the grocery store, it's not necessarily an illegal thing to do, but it's not necessarily allowed to be buying cash orders, money orders with a prepaid card. You're supposed to use one actual card, and you're not actually supposed to be able to buy it with a credit card, so that's a loophole around that. So if I can find somebody that is able to do that for me, then I'm going to go ahead and try and do that. Maybe I can have my 60,000 points at the end of the day. If not, I think natural spending, it'll probably take me about a month to spend $4,000 on this credit card, which is not too bad, well below the limit, well below how long I need to take. And this coming today, I already guarantee that I'm going to have this maxed out, not maxed out, but I'm going to have those points earned somewhat soon, and I'm going to definitely need to order a new credit card. And considering I waited 10 days for this one to arrive, I should probably do that today. So, some other cards I've been thinking about are the Amex Gold card. I've heard is a good one. The next tier up to the Preferred card is this Chase Saphire Reserve card, which actually has a higher yearly rate, but it gives you access to all kinds of things like flight lounges. It gives you access to all kinds of benefits on the card. I think this one comes with a lot of benefits too, but the Chase Saphire Preferred, you pay $400 more, but you get all kinds of extras, plus you get a $300 flight credit and a $100 travel credit, so it equates to only paying like $100 a year for the card. So that's one of my next steps, I'm sure. I just got to be careful about the 524 rule, which is getting more than 5 credit accounts open in less than 24 months under one person. So I think that's only if you use Chase. I might be mistaken. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But that is probably my next choice. This being my first credit card, I'll explain to you guys kind of the process that it took to go through to getting something like this started. You're going to want to have good credit in order to get approved for a decent credit card, because if you don't have credit, then you won't get approved for anything decent. So a good step, and the step that I took in the beginning, was just to get some kind of credit card that's not really any high credit limit, anything prestigious, anything at all. I actually got a K Jewelers credit card, and I bought a $140 chain with it. This was about 2 years ago. And that's the only thing I've really done. I'm 22 years old now. I did that when I was 20 years old, and that's the only thing I've done so far to build my credit, as far as anything before the past 10 days. So with that, I ended up building my credit score up to 715 points, which is a good credit score. And that enabled me to go ahead and apply for the Chase Saphire Preffered card. And I immediately got approved with a $5,000 credit limit. And it took about 10 days to get here, maybe 11 days. So it took a little long to get here, but it's been nice being patient. So I finally have it. And the next step that I'm going to try and do is go ahead and take it and get all the points out of it, and then go ahead and get a new credit card. So once I spend $4,000 on this, I'm probably going to be pretty much done with this, because the double points on dining's not really that great. Nothing else with this card's really getting me anything, except for that $60,000 flight bonus. So once I get that, I'm going to go ahead and get a new credit card. I'm going to try and this year, this is the second of the year, so I'd say by the end of the year, my goal would be to have about 20 credit cards. I don't know if that's possible, but as I'm planning now, that's about where we're looking on going. Maybe like one every couple weeks and get a new one. And if my calculations are correct, I can probably make somewhere between $5,000 to $6,000 worth of free flights and benefits out of just doing that. So not spending anything more than I'd spend regularly in life, and I'm actually making more than enough money to cover all of the flights I'm going to need to take in the entire year for free. So that sounds very smart, especially with someone like me who likes to travel and do a lot of video work. It's going to be super beneficial if I ever have a gig that I need to go to in a different state or a different country and they're not paying for my flight. I'll be able to just cover that and be able to continue my career that way. So this seems like a really smart thing to be doing. If you're not doing it, I suggest you do. There's no point in not using credit, not utilizing the money that people are willing to lend you, as long as you're responsible and you know how to pay your stuff back. So if you are organized and you're good with your money, then I'd say 100% go ahead and get some credit cards and try and go ahead and utilize those sign-up bonuses. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the pros and cons to getting this card. Really, there's not too many cons that you can get from getting a credit card, short of not paying your bill or abusing it or doing something of that sort where you're not really using it responsibly. So if you use your card responsibly, I would say there's not too many downfalls or anything really that bad that could come from using a credit card. But if you do use it responsibly and you use it correctly, there are all kinds of things on this card that can be of benefit. All right, so I realized I forgot to film an outro for this video. So here we are. This is one of my first YouTube videos I'm making. I decided in 2020 that I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and then I'm going to continue to make videos. I'm going to try and do it 2 to 3 times a week. And this is the very first one. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.